Recording.
Well, welcome to our Prosperity Mastermind weekly evening call. It is March the 1st. What a beautiful number. The 3/1/2021. The reason I like March is my birthday month. I have to admit, so it's a little selfish.
What date is your birthday?
It's on the 10th. So we are, though, very close to spring, guys. And I think I can feel it in the air. I mean, in Los Angeles, we don't really get much of a winter, but I know that I bet around the country, people are starting to experience that beginning feeling of that thaw where it's not completely cold every single second of the day and night. So, we're going to be approaching that. And I think tonight, what we're going to do, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to do a little like mini power hour. And what we want to do is share with you a couple of ways that you could tonight start connecting to people in your life. We're always looking to bring just our connections with people closer and to be having a little bit more intimacy. And, especially nowadays with everything being so physically separated for us, it's even more important, I think, to reach out as much as we can and just connect with people. And through that, the natural next steps are always, the curiosity. People are curious about each other. We're curious as human beings. So I just want to share that Lynn has been having some amazing results with her focus, and she's been so great doing the ER shred. We're starting another one. For the Shamrock shred. I love that one. And so, what I was thinking tonight is why don't we, with a couple of tips and ideas, maybe you guys have some, we have a few ourselves, and just discuss some ways we can reach out and connect with people. And then spend the rest of the call tonight, doing these things, asking questions if we have, stopping, like doing one practice run on trying a sample of an idea, because we're going to share a couple of ideas that we've been working on. And I'll start with the first one that I'm going to do is Susan Sly had a really great, quick, easy post, generic, neutral in that way. It wasn't about isogenics in particular. And you've seen these posts anyway. You've seen other people do these versions. Hey, I hardly only see about 5 people and I have 2,000 people. And I would love to know if you guys have seen this. Please just say hi. And it's a very effective one because, Lynn, how many people, when you did this, said hi?
Yeah, I haven't even checked, but it's close to 100, if not over 100 now.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And then what is the opportunity that you see possible with this kind of post?
Well, I think anytime that you can engage anyone, either it's, a little math problem, which I sometimes throw out there where it's amazing how many people like put in their guess. So anytime you can engage your audience to actually make a comment underneath you, it's great. So when we did the Susan Sly thing, you and I, Ariana, posted it, and now we're in the process of getting back to those people and just opening up conversations, because some of these people have been our friends for a long time, and some, are new. We maybe not know them very well, but it just gives us a way to say, hey, thanks for reaching out and liking my post. And so just that communication, and then down the road in a week or two, you can actually go back and say, gosh, I've got something exciting. I don't know if you're open to it, but we have this new collagen elixir, which is, incredible. We have so many great testimonies. Are you ever open into looking into adding collagen into your daily routine? Something simple like that. And it's amazing, out of probably 10 people that I've approached like that, I usually get four or so people, and some people don't ever see the post, but definitely just, throwing it out there, kind of like I do with the ER shred. Every time I've got new people that want to do it. So,
What's really exciting, Lynn, you shared with me today that there's a new person and her husband and her friend, and she's going to be a consultant, right? So,
yeah.
yeah, so it works. And then the other thing is, you were speaking, I was just realizing, this is on our feed, but you can add something on your story. So once you put the feed on and you get the people connecting, and then you go back to the feed, click on the names, and then you can message each person individually there. Then in a week, put story out or create a story. And I want Lynn, I know that you're pretty expert at the story thing. I still am struggling with doing it from my computer with more than one photo. I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
I don't know if you know how, but it would be really cool tonight if we could have a quick tutorial on that, because I do most of my posting on my computer. It's just easier for me with my fingers and stuff, my hands. It's too tiny on a phone. But I would really love to know, like, how do you put more than one photo on a story?
Well, I'm really good at doing it on my phone, so not so good on the computer, but I can learn. But on the computer, which I'm sure they have it on your on the desktop also, but there's just a little button that you hit that says, let me find it to get the right verbiage. Yeah, so when I'm on here on my story, I can add story right here. Then it opens up like that. And then it says select multiple right on the right there. And you can select as many as you want. And sometimes I'll put 10 things on there. And then you get to kind of go through the story after you put that down there. You have your 10 posts. And I add little fun little things, sparklers sometimes, or a cute little graphic or whatever. So it's kind of fun to do. The only challenge with stories is that it's gone in 24 hours. So, but sometimes if I feel like, oh man, that's a good one, I want to repost it, I'll just snap a picture of it on my phone. And then I have to edit it a little bit to take off the black off the bottom and the black off the bottom, and I repost it. So I've done that several times with a story.
Can I ask you? I'm going to turn my phone on, but I was listening to Hawaiian music while I was driving that my friend posted, and I don't know if it's going to come back on, but how do you, darn it, how do you get to your story with your Facebook page on the phone?
Okay, so if you're on your page right now.
Right now, it's only letting me have Hawaiian Hulu music. Okay, well, let's pretend I was there.
Okay, do you like mine?
Okay.
So if there's a story that's posting already with me, I just hit my picture and it'll show. So I've got a bunch of stuff on here for the ER shred. Oops.
Oh, so you touch your picture and that brings up your stories?
That'll bring up your story if you have a current story going. If you don't have a current story going, then you go add story.
Oh, it's right there on the front. Okay. I usually probably.
And then it goes into all your pictures, and you can pop up things and just touch it and add it to your story. Or you can do text, add music, boomerang, which I haven't really got into. And you can also take a poll.
Okay.
Hey, Lynn, why don't I share my screen so we can just do a little, live trying to create, a story, because I think the stories are fun. And I've noticed that people sometimes are more apt to look at a story than they ever are to see a post. So far, I posted the new post that I have on my. Let me share my screen and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put a post on my Facebook page and I get 1 or 2 people to like it. I think people don't comment as much, but when you do a story, sometimes I've got 80 people. And that may mean that they've scrolled over it and stayed there, past 2 seconds. I don't know exactly, but at least they're seeing it.
Right, and it gives you a permission to say, hey, I noticed that you saw my story. How are you doing? You can always source it. Now, I'm going to start over. I'm going to discard this and start over. So, discard story. All right. So I'm even going to discard this. So now I'm on my, that looks good. I'm on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
I'm under the home. I'm under the home button. See where it's blue?
Okay.
And by being under the home button, see this first page, first window here, it says create a story. That's where you click. At least that's what I've been doing. And then they tell you, what do you want to do, a photo or a text story? And typically people are more drawn to photos than they are. And on the photo one, you can put some text on. But this is where my challenge starts. So I click on this. And it asks me, which photo do I want? So I'm going to put this one. I think this is the right one. Okay. So I'm going to open that up. And I grabbed this one from our the ER Shred Facebook group, the latest one, which is the Shamrock one. If you want to be a part of that group and you're not yet, definitely let Lynn know. She'll invite you. So I'm going to open it up. Now there it is. There's my story. Now if I want to change it, it says click on this and I can change the size of it. I can make it big and then just put the, like that, or I can do it all the way small. So I'm going to do it so that I can fill at least this section of the of the window. And I think it's the up and the down is also part of what people will see either on their phone or on the computer if they look there. Now, the only thing I see that I can add is text. I don't see them saying that I can add a second photo.
What's the little thing on to the right of your, what's that do?
It's just saying if I want it to be public or not.
Yeah, I don't know if there's that many options on doing it on the computer. I think that's why I like doing it on the phone.
Yeah, no, I see that.
So I think, Ariana, like before you pick that photo, is there a choice to say select multiple photos before
No.
you pick your first one?
Look, let's discard it.
No?
And let's start again. This is the first thing that they give me an option to on the
Oh,
computer.
I see.
And in the top right, what are those options they give?
Those are like create a post, a story that's kind of a more generic. This is notifications, and then this is my account. So it doesn't pertain per se to what I'm doing right now with story.
Mhm.
Oh,
So I'm probably going to do a little research, see, because I really like the ability for me to do 3 photos,
Yeah.
Because I'll show you the photos I would do. And I may just put it in anyway. I may just do this and have some fun. So I'm going to open this up again.
And if you put them in really close to each other, I mean, you're only going to miss it by
Exactly.
a tiny
You're
bit.
exactly right. So I'm going to add some text. And here there's the cursor you can see right in here. And there's all these colors you can pick if you want to have your type in a different color. I'm going to pick hot pink. And I'm going to say, are these results really possible? Question mark. Because sometimes when you put question marks and things when you have something here, and then you can move this around. So I'm going to put this up here. And then I'm going to add another text box, and I'm going to go, you won't believe. So now, by the way, you can't insert your cursor to change a word. You have to just go backwards.
Mm.
Yes, join me. That's what I'm going to say right now. I don't know if I'm going to actually keep this, but it's only, and I'm going to put it down here. So it's kind of separate. And you can put the text anywhere based on what your picture looks like. I could even put it here. Like if I want to, I could move it and put it right here.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm going to put it down here just because I can.
yeah, it looks better too.
Yeah. And then down here it says share to story. Now, let me ask you before I do this, can you delete that can you delete one once you say share to story?
Delete the whole story, is that the question?
Yeah.
I don't think you can. Because I've tried to delete one time. I put 2 of the same pictures up in a multiple, and I couldn't find how to delete it. So I thought, oh, well.
Okay, so then what I might want to do is, I think I've decided I don't want to question that. I'm going to add something else here. I'm going to make it pink, and I'm going to probably say, what would be a good headline, guys?
Something to do with spring, transform your, or
You could say
Okay.
something like, seriously, this just happened,
Okay, that's good.
exclamation mark.
Seriously, this is the real deal. How about that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now I'm going to go off it. Then I'm going to grab it and put it somewhere else. Yeah, and then I'm going to change this now, so I can't edit this because they won't let me. So I'm just going to delete it, but I'm going to go back here and I'm going to put another one in. I'm going to make it white, and I'm going to say, join me.
Now, on my screen, white's not showing up very well for you.
Well, like, you have to start typing because it all looks gray when you're doing it to begin. For the next, when you're typing, is the white?
No, when you had it down right before you X'd it, it might be my light in my room. The pink, I can see great. I can see all the text with the purple, but with the white down below, because my screen is showing, I just couldn't read the white, so I just didn't know if you wanted to do another color.
That's good. That's good to know. So I'm going to click off. Now I'm going to click on, drag it, and then I can get rid of it again. So I'm going to add it again. It's a beautiful kind of like dance, you know, to see what's going to work next. I'm going to try this purple. I don't know why.
You can even change your font too. You notice at the top there.
Oh, look at that.
Join me on this next shred. Okay, so I put that there. I'm going to put that down here. So something like that. I'm going to share this because if it doesn't work, it's not going to work. It's okay. So I'm going to share the story now. Now we're going to see what they're going to tell me. Okay, it happened. So it went.
How do you know? Oh, there it is. Okay.
See up here? It'll tell you what your story is. Now I'm going to do another story. I'm going to create another photo. And then let me see what the name of that photo is. All right.
Where are you pulling your photos from? Do you have because it's not showing. All of a sudden it just shows up. Are you pulling it from just all your photos on your computer?
Yeah, well, you're not seeing that because I'm only able to share the one thing that I'm sharing. So I went, yeah, it asked me, where do I want it? I went to my desktop. Here's the next one that I'm going to do. You'll see that. So now I have the next one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put one text, and I'm going to put it in white. And I'm going to say, PM if you want to know more. And I'm going to put that at the top. Oh, you know what? I've got that's not the right what I wanted to say. I wanted to say PM me. Okay.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yep. But you see, you have to get rid of the whole thing. So try to remember what you wrote if you loved what you wrote.
Try changing the font, Ariana, just for fun of it.
Okay, sure. Let's see. Let's do. Okay, they give you these 5 options. Let's see what casual looks like. That's casual. This is fancy. This is simple, and this is clean. I think I'm going to stick with headline. PM me if you want to learn more. And you could say anything. You could say, I mean, Lynn, what would you say?
You could say like, join me. Love to share more info with you down below. There's so many different things you can say.
Yeah.
You got join us already though. You got join us Saturday, so I use a different word.
And I did join me in the other one. So here's PM me if you want to learn more. Since it's really a simple thing to do it on your computer, you get a little more bells and whistles clearly on the other format of your phone. I'm going to share this now. So now that's pretty much right after it's circling around here. So I have 2 stories going on separate images. And that's how you do a story.
Fun.
Looks good.
And what's the distinction between a story and the post?
So a story is a 24-hour event. So whatever you post through your story window or story venue, it will only last in the world of Facebook for 24 hours.
Okay.
And it usually goes in a carousel. So when you're on your phone looking at your home, like let's go and see somebody's story. Let's see if we can see them here on this.
Now, when you have a story and those 100 people like it or whatever, where do we get the notification that somebody liked your story? Does it show up through your regular Facebook
PM.
notifications?
No, it's going, I think it's going to, when you click on that, you'll see hearts and likes. But then if they commented, it's going to your PM, to your
And-
messenger.
Messenger. Okay. All right. I
Sometimes
get
if
it.
I want to respond, oops, yeah, sometimes if I want to respond to somebody, I'll take a screenshot of all the people that commented, because again, it's going to be gone in 24 hours. And then I can go back and touch base with those people.
Yeah.
In fact, that is really part of the job of a story. If you don't look at the story to see who commented, you basically lose the resource. So if you're making a request like what I just did, PM me, if you want to learn more, and maybe they don't realize it, or they think they are just by commenting. My job now for the next 24 hours is to check in on my story and see who has seen it and if anyone has commented.
Yeah.
And at the top here, you can see these are other people's stories. Like this is a story, and he has several stories. See, he has several up here. That's what shows how many videos he has looped together in this one group. Okay, well. All right, so now I want to get out of that. I'm going to just do that. And any of these, I mean, look, you can see all stories. I just clicked on that. And then they're all down here on the side.
Oh, okay.
But this is all on your computer. It's different on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to escape that. And let's just see. I'm going to go to my home page just to show you what I have posted recently. Okay, that was a birthday celebration. All right, so this is what I did. Just want to let you know this was 8 hours ago, and I've only had 3 people acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it public. Most of my posts are private or just group. But I made this one public because I wanted the opportunity for anyone who comes across this, who puts in the words ER Shred or anything, they have an opportunity to see it. So I select certain ones that I don't mind someone having access to that I don't know on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, crickets so far. Here's the other one. So I started with this, which is what I just did in my story. So you can kind of do 2 things. If you have something you like that you posted, you can use it as a story too.
And just because they haven't made a comment or liked it or loved it, doesn't mean people aren't seeing it either. Because I had a gal that reached out to me, and it was 3 months. She said, I was following you for 3 months and finally decided I need to do it. So people are watching, even though it doesn't seem like they are.
Yep.
And if you want somebody, like if you're thinking, oh, I want Susie because she's talked about this in the past, I want her to see my new post to see if she'd be interested. You can go into Susie's page first and like a few of her things, because when you do that, then your post is going to pop up into her, I guess, feed, not her personal feed, but it'll pop up so you'll see it. So if you want to target a certain person, I know some people that go every morning, they'll reach out to 20 of their friends, and just make a comment on their post, people that you want to connect with.
That's interesting. That's nice to know that you have to comment first and then they'll see it in the newsfeed. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's like if you message them in Messenger, would it be the same effect?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know?
By doing what? By
just sending somebody a message in the Messenger.
I don't know. Yeah. I think you kind of have to go into their news feed.
I like that. I don't know. It's like like a cartoon that my grandma.
So I think this week, and Lynn, you and I didn't discuss this with the team yet, but why don't we talk about it tonight? Let's do a couple of days this week of a power hour. let's do something dedicated and have, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 200 of us on a call so we can support each other for an hour. We typically have been doing them at 9-ish, 9:30 in the morning, Pacific time. I don't know how that works for everybody here, but I'm going to be on one probably tomorrow and Wednesday and possibly Thursday. So I'm going to choose 3 days this week and just get on the Kathy Zoom with Kathy call, this line, and make it available so that we can kind of hang out and do some really constructive, take some constructive actions. And by the way, I just want to share with you, whenever I do that, I always have a better day. I don't know why that is. I just feel more free. I feel like I can acknowledge myself. I put some time and energy in, and then I can let the universe kind of support me, Because remember, we always talked about you don't really have to know the how. I mean, we gave you some how here, but the how isn't as important as the intention that you have to have something change. You have to take action. There's no way around that. But the how will be brought to you. So this is a how for all of us tonight, It's the universe brought a how to us.
Mhm.
So what are you doing? So you just declared that you're going to be doing the power hour on Kathy's, on this line, but was it 9 or 9:30? Because you kind of said both.
Yeah. Well, I'm leaving that up to the group. I'm going to probably do it at 9. I just want to, because I want to like to have the rest of my day. So I'm going to do it from 9 to 10 Pacific time tomorrow.
Okay.
I'd like to ask about the Susan Sly thing. I a lot of times get that from friends, and I don't know. It says you should press down on it, or I don't know how to do all that.
That's not what this one's about. I've seen those. This one's not complicated. All it says in there is, hey, I have lots of friends. I only hear from a few of them. If you see this post, please just put the word in hi.
Oh,
Simple.
where do I find that?
Lynn, did we put it in the business page?
I don't think so.
You just type it yourself, Judy.
Okay.
Well, no. Yeah, but we had it written out, so it would be.
You can just, you can
You
pull
can-
someone else's and
Yeah,
just.
I just thought there might be a template that you mentioned the Susan Sly idea. I thought maybe it was a scripted template for it.
I know on my computer, Judy. What kind of computer do you have?
Pardon?
Do you have a PC or an Apple or?
I have a Lenovo. I don't know what you call it. It's not a Macintosh. It's
Okay.
the other thing is
Because
called.
I can just pull over an image and save it if I like something that somebody had. So you might be able to double click on something and copy that image
Yeah.
and save it.
Well, I think she's really referring more to the languaging of the post itself. So I know that
Ariana?
I'm sorry?
I said, can you find yours?
Yeah, I'll just find mine on my and I'll
Yeah, I went to Susan Sly and then she
Because that's a great way to start a conversation. Now that I can talk, because my chest I couldn't hardly breathe, let alone talk. That would be a good way to connect with 2 or 3 people each day.
Okay, I'm going to put something into the chat right now. And if you guys, it'll be short and sweet. Think it'll work. All right.
I
Here
thought
it-
it might be a graphic color and some, font already.
And then it'll be up to you. So open up the chat, everybody. And I just copied what I had on mine. And how I did it was I created a post and I put some pretty picture on mine. I'll show you. I used my avatar. I'll share with you guys my avatar.
And then when you use your avatar, where do we pull that up again? Because I made an avatar and I forget how to get to it.
Oh, that's cute.
Wait, I don't see. Where's your avatar?
So I believe when you do a post, let me see if I create a new one. Let me create a new post and see what happens. Hold on. So I'm in here,
Mhm.
and I think it's not more. Oh, it's under emojis. But where is it though exactly? Wait a minute. No, it isn't. Okay, I know where it is. Sorry, guys.
I don't know how to do avatars.
Well, we would have to You'd have to create one and it'd be fun. I can help you with that. So you open up that bottom button that's colorful. Let me show you again. You see the AA, the big A and the little A?
Yep.
You click on that and there are all the different backgrounds. But I created some avatars. So there's my avatar. And there's another one here. And here's another one.
Cute.
And these were created for me once I created my face. So the only work we have to do is to create the face, to put the elements of the face together. And here they give you a whole bunch of different versions they've already generated for you.
Yeah, I click on the AA and then it just gives me the background, not the avatar.
Because do you have an avatar that you created through Facebook, Amy?
Oh no, not yet.
That's what you need to do. So you can do a Google search.
Yeah.
At the top, let's just see. Facebook avatar. Let's just see what it says here. Maker. And I think it's through Facebook. So how do you create an avatar on Facebook? And we're doing another training now.
Right.
And apparently you have to do this on your phone. You can't do it on your desktop. So you would open your Facebook app, and then you would click on here. In fact, I'm going to take a screenshot. That's down here. Let me see.
Yeah, that avatar can be your signature for that, or your own photo too, I suppose.
Yeah, it's basically on your Facebook on your phone. It's under the More button, which is on the right corner of your screen. And then it says avatars. Lynn, do you see that on yours?
My phone?
On your phone? I don't have mine with me.
Yeah, I did it on my phone.
So once you do it on your phone, how do you put it to your?
It automatically goes there.
Automatically goes to your computer?
It automatically will be available to your Facebook profile. So wherever you're doing your Facebook profile, you will have access to the avatar.
Oh, okay.
And I bet you your son Alex knows about this. Okay, well, I hope to see your beautiful faces tomorrow.
Yeah, I might make 9:30s.
Yeah, and look, come for 15 minutes, guys. You don't have to come for the whole hour. Come, peek your head in, get find out something, go off on your own, do it an hour later. It's just, I think what it does is for me, it helps me be accountable. Because if it's just up to me, man, I find reasons not to put enough time towards my business. I don't know why. I love doing it when I do it, right?
Yeah.
And there's Penny too, so it's just not Facebook, you guys. We can also work on Penny. There's all sorts of fun things we can do.
And then also just picking up the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I did that last night. I was making dinner, doing some kind of frittata type omelet, and bam, I got a flash of a woman I worked with 40 years ago. And I just picked up my phone and I called the number. And I'm like, I'm not sure if this is still Mary's phone number, but Mary, I was making an omelet and for some reason I thought of you. And then I did a little thing. And then this morning I got a text because it said, you've reached John's, this is John. Well, I know she has a son named John and I know she's a widow. So I didn't know if maybe she had her son do because if women live alone, sometimes they leave a man's voice on their landline. So this morning I got a text that said, hi, Daria, this is Mary's number.
Oh.
So now after this, I'm going to call her.
Yep.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And I'm sending you guys the little post that I did. I just sending it all of you on your phone.
Oh.
I have so many people on my Facebook or my friends list. That one Susan Sly one.
Yeah.
You can use that same thing and post that. Also wanted to share with you guys because I've been doing reaching out for collagen also. And I put a bunch of scripts together. And let me share my screen. And I can email these to you. It might be easier than you guys trying to.
That would be great.
That would be good.
That will be great.
I got all these
Oh,
6 different scripts here.
So was that from you or Susan Sly or?
Oh gosh, just like Hillary Courtney had some good ones, just different ones I'm hearing that are
Okay, okay.
that I like.
I would
So
love that. And
yeah,
then I'm going to be placing a Tupperware order if anybody else wants to.
nice. Cool.
That's cute. With the
Oh,
hand-
what order?
Tupperware.
Tupperware.
Oh, Tupperware.
All right.
Y'all, I put collagen on my,
Auto ship, lifestyle rewards.
yeah. And,
Okay.
your other stuff comes and the collagen's delayed.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they run the
Or
card
they-
though? Do you get the BV? Do they run the card for the collagen?
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
do. And like there's a special note in there, you have your your
Oh,
list.
your ingredient, yeah.
Yeah, and then they
But-
had a special note said, you'll notice that something is missing and it'll take this many days and blah, blah, blah. So
You're right.
what happens if you sign someone up with just collagen? Is it going to be delayed?
Yeah,
So you have to
yeah. They
work-
said 2 weeks, like 14 days.
Okay.
And listen, that's a selling point. I mean, I know it sounds like a bad thing, like 2 weeks going to take. Just tell them this product is the hottest thing on the market. Elle magazine in Australia mentioned it in the top 10. Number 2 in the top 10 of collagen supplements. This thing is a hot tamale we have. So it's a hot molecule. And in fact, you should let them know, I'm grateful it's only going to take you 2 weeks. They've already sold over 5 million bottles.
Yeah.
So they never expected that it would take off so quickly. They expected it to take off, but this is unprecedented. So you can turn the tables around and go, I'm happy you're still going to be able to get it. That it isn't a month delay or 2 months delay, right? So you can turn these things around rather than it being like, because we're so used to 3 days, right? Boy, if it's not 3 days, something's wrong. And it's, with this case, it's like, hey, just want to let you know it is going to take about 2 weeks. And say 2 weeks because if it's less, everyone's always happier. But they're always pissed off if it's more.
Right.
Can you imagine the person who got the contract for the brown bottles? How happy they are?
Yeah.
Ooh, so fun.
Yeah.
So, my dear friends, thanks for staying extra. This was cool, and it's always fun to work in a tribe conversation. I always love the way we can all bounce off each other. So enjoy your evening. I look forward to seeing any of you this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll post it. I'll post in the morning through the We Believe in Freedom announcement. I'll let you know. Hey, I'm online. I might also say, hey, I wasn't able to do it today. Something came up, and my commitment is tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 a.m. in the morning Pacific time.
I love your energy, my darling Ariana. You have just lifted me higher. Thank you so much.
Oh, listen, I'm giving this credit all to Lynn because Lynn has been just like, she's been doing it. She's doing it. She's making consultants, and with ease and grace. It's not like hard for her. So I'm just looking towards the north. I'm looking towards her. Actually, she's south of me. I'm looking towards her because I'm so like inspired by her. And this can be done by anybody. We can do this.
And that's what's neat, because sometimes it's just Ariana and I on the morning call, when we do a power hour. But it's so cool because we're springing off ideas on each other, and it kind of energizes you and gets us going. So it's very fun. So hope you guys can join us.
Yep.
And then just FYI also, I think for Instagram and maybe in Facebook, like, the stories, even though they're 24 hours, you can include them in highlights or something. So I haven't figured that out, but there's a highlight, I think, function.
Is that
So
the
just
same with
FYI.
Instagram stories? They only
Yeah.
last 24? Yeah.
Yeah. Instagram stories are also 24.
Okay.
And then for those of you whose favorite bar is the chocolate peanut crunch, the isoline, it is back in stock. So
Good to know.
it was out.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
and also one more is, I think, is it Wednesday or something like you will be able to buy 3 whole blend, the seasonal shakes, and then get this free canister. So to store.
Oh, that beautiful canister we saw. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
Oh,
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many
I
associates?
wonder how big they are.
I know, right? Yeah, I guess it will fit.
Bag.
Well, big enough to put one whole blend container in, bag in there.
So,
Does that happen, Amy?
if you buy
I-
3 at once, you get it?
Well,
Yeah,
Special, one of the special shakes.
it'll,
Yeah.
it'll be in your back office under new products or something or whatever, the top one. Because I think two of the I think it said 2 cookies and cream.
yeah, because I think there are just 2 left, because they're going to release another seasonal flavor, so they're just kind of getting rid probably. I think there are 2 left, the caramel brulee and the cookies and cream.
Who
So you
likes
can
who
match.
likes caramel brulee?
I
do.
love it.
I do.
Wow.
And
It's Chuck's new favorite.
Lynn, the shred is only the pro, right?
Yeah, true.
Isoline Pro, not just Isopro.
Right.
Oh,
I know there's 3 kinds.
Isoline
There's
Pro.
Isoline, then there's Isopro, and there's Isoline Pro.
well, I didn't realize that. I just ordered mine today. I think I just placed a
And
pro.
I had somebody had trouble finding it in the order section.
Yeah, it's hard. You have to put it in the search bar.
Isoline
You
Pro.
have to put Isoline Pro. You have to put Way Isoline Pro. It's
Oh, wow.
easier to find.
You know what, guys? Don't worry about it. You can do the substitution. So what I would recommend is you incubate the shake, just the regular isoline shake, 1.5 scoops. Then you incubate that. Then when you're going to make the shake, put the other scoop of the Isopro in then, and then just make your shake. So you bought Isopro, it's not a waste. You can definitely add it to any shake. So, we were talking just now, I mean, the whole blend is not going to be the same in terms of incubation. So that's not going to be a product that we can use for a shred conversation called with incubation. But you can use it with birthday cake. You can use it with, any of the regular isoline shakes that are not fortified with the Pro if you have the Pro separately.
Oh, okay.
Can
I
you fortify?
incubated.
Sorry. Can you fortify the isoline shake with the tri-release?
I do.
So like do 1.5 and then 1 scoop of tri-release?
Well, the Tri-Lease is really big, so I usually use 1/2 scoop and 1.5. I love the Tri-Release. The flavor is like a pudding, like a souffle, like a mousse. It's really good.
I have a whole canister and I haven't opened it yet, so I should probably use it.
What's the tri-release?
You know what, Judy, don't worry about it. It's the athlete's version of 3 types of proteins, a fast release, a medium release, and a quick release. You don't have to worry about it. Just stick with what you have for now. And down the line, you can introduce these other things. You've already purchased something.
Well, I had a good experience with my first shred, so.
Okay, I gotta make dinner.
Marcia, you had a comment.
Oh, the timing, because I have other Zooms.
Yeah, no, what other time would work for you?
Well, it'd have to be a little bit later in the day, because your 10:30 is already my 12:30, so I might be able to do one of those days.
Okay, and
Or later.
yeah, give us one other time of the Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, and we can meet at another time.
Okay, Tuesday, let's see. So I could probably do a 10:30 time tomorrow.
So that actually
10:30 your time.
Oh, okay. So that would mean it's 12:30 yours.
Yes.
Okay. I'm up for that tomorrow. I
Now
don't have the afternoon. Let's do a 10:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, that's 1:30 my time, and I had something that time, so. Okay,
Okay, I gotta do dinner.
another day.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Ariana, stay on a second. I have a question for you.
I'm going
Sure.
to, I'm waiting.
Thanks.